Oh yeah, Spurs fan.
Hey, why you look down?
Kane. He's worked it into Son again. I do not believe it. It is brilliant. The Son and Kane show keeps on going. Remember the scoreline. Spurs have 6 at Manchester United.
The Son Heung-min on fire.
Harry Kane on fire. I don't know. I don't have much trust in Mourinho. I don't think he can revitalize a team, especially not without Man. His style of play is relevant anymore. Like, it's sort of outdated.
Do you know what this means? 3 premierships, 3 for me and 2 for them. Respect.
Lo Celso is in and off the bench. Giovanni Lo Celso has made it 2-0.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything but actually we know nothing. It's our predictions for Matchweek 10 of the English Premier League. As you can see, once again we are back to our full lineup. But this time, of course, it's Chelsea fan Robin who is filling in for Kimberly, Liverpool fan Yinren, Newcastle fan Mun Jhun, and I myself, Mark. I'm a Fulham fan. So without further ado, let's start. It's the first time they're top of the table in 6 years actually. Spurs under Jose Mourinho, it's been a huge turnaround after just 1 year. You know, they face another sort of title pretender in Chelsea this weekend.
Then bad.
We have Robin to give his take on whether he feels as if Chelsea can be a title contender.
Yeah, I think it comes at quite an exciting time because Chelsea's team are not that badly hit by injuries anymore. I mean, besides Christian Pulisic, so I don't think there are huge absences lah. The only concern is like Timo Werner has been quite wasteful in front of goal lately. Like he could have easily had 2 against Newcastle, and then just yesterday against Rennes, he should have had a couple himself. So I hope he finds some scoring form against Spurs, because we will really need that, considering Jose Mourinho is upping his tactical game as proven last week. In general, I think overall open play Chelsea is much better this year. So on that front, right, I'm much more hopeful. But seeing as this is quite a big game, Lampard this year hasn't done that well against the big sides. Remember, like last time I was on, we were talking about the Man U game. It turned out to be a boring draw. So I'm afraid that it could be that kind of game again for this one against Spurs. Yeah, and I don't think Lampard would be the same as last year where he will revert to the 3-4-3 against Spurs. But I think he will stick to a 4-3-3 this time, right? So I think this could be a very tight game, personally. I think it'll be 1 goal separating the sides. And of course, I think emotions play a part. I will go with Chelsea win.
It's not
So
emotions.
just 1-0 Chelsea lah.
Both sides coming into the game with in top form, so it's not really a very subjective.
It could go either way, yeah. I'm most afraid of Son.
To be honest, I don't think there's a clear favourite in this matchup. It's really 50-50. Both teams coming in. I mean, obviously Man City's win was bigger last week, but in general, both teams coming in good form.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we have to see how Spurs do in the Europa League. I'm sure Mourinho would rest like his whole first team gang. Yeah. But I think just because of that little bit of extra rest from the Champions League game, right, Chelsea might edge it 1-0, I think.
Wow, tight result.
That's my hopeful guess. As a fan. Otherwise, it's going to be a draw, but I don't want to predict draw.
I think Robin is kind of exempted from this, but I think the rest of us probably have some apologizing to do to Jose Mourinho lah. Remember during our season predictions, I think
nobody
even went as far as to say that he'll be sacked before the end of the season. We just said that he'll finish outside the top 6. So some have more apologizing to do than others. I mean, so I can ask Yinren, like, do you think that actually have to eat our words, this is probably Mourinho's Renaissance season?
I mean, it looks like it now, but it's still early to see.
Okay.
But I can't say that also, because if I say that, then when I come to Liverpool predictions, then I say they are doing well now. Then you can also apply the same thing and say, oh, it's early in the season, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the difference being that Liverpool has been consistent across a few seasons really. But for Mourinho's case, it's I don't know. Hopefully, it's just a slight abnormally, and then things will go back to normal after some of the players get. I mean, you can't be on top of that sort of form all the time, right? It's what you do when you're not on form that makes the difference. So see if you can maintain this, or because like the Man City game, right? The stats was a bit like 80% possession for City, and then I mean obviously Mourinho don't care lah. He's like saying what? Oh, I take the 3 points, you can take the ball home.
Yeah, you can take the ball.
All that stupid shit. Like he like very take alan, but but I mean, but that's also okay. You can say that's his way of playing, but another way of saying is also it's like not a good sign for them. If this is the only way they can, I mean, not only way they've been winning relatively well, but against big teams, if they have to resort to this kind of win, like when you have to adapt more to them instead of imposing your play style on them, then it's not really I don't know. I think it's like not up there with the top teams nowadays. It's more it's more of like a past in past eras. It's like that, and it's okay because that was how football was played there and how Mourinho used to win his stuff. So I guess maybe he can bring it back in fashion. I don't know.
Actually, speaking of bringing back in fashion, I've been noticing actually like looking at the most of the match highlights, right? Actually, quite a lot of the teams nowadays are playing two up front, which could be a sort of starting to be a new return of the front two, because like Son and Kane being quite a good partnership up front. I think who else was a partnership? I think Brighton also did quite well last week. Morpay and Danny Welbeck also. Chelsea, I mean, not quite the same, but I think Werner and Abraham sort of had a partnership up front also. I think he was a lot more further front than the rest of the attacking mates also. So, I mean, it's possible that there could be this new movement of shifting towards a front two again, like back when during the 2000s, that kind of era.
Yeah, so it was 4-2-3-1, like very, very common.
Like only a few years ago only.
Yeah, then it became the 3-4-3. People started experimenting with wing backs. Then now 4-3-3 starts to come back again because of Liverpool, right, and the pressing system that they have.
As in, I was very impressed by Spurs' performance against Man City. I think it's one of the better performances this season, especially the way they game managed. A lot of the individual performances in midfield also. Mun Jhun's favourite, Musa Sissoko, I think helped. I think Højbjerg also, like maybe not a lot of credit given to him, but he's pretty much on fire these few games lah. So he's this week's on fire player award, I guess. Yeah, I guess Mun Jhun, like since I think you watched the game Newcastle face Chelsea, so do you have like anything to add for
to say about Chelsea?
Yeah,
I think Chelsea were just doing their normal things. Okay. Just that Newcastle were giving them a lot of space lah. We're doing them a lot of favors, especially the stupid own goal. I cannot believe it. What you see the own goal?
No.
Yeah. Fernandes like sort of like his
I was so hopeful to watch
the
the game because I thought maybe you can go 0-0 at the break, and this kind of stupid thing happens. I just shut my computer down. My God.
Sorry to say both your bold predictions didn't come true. There was no red card. And no injury to Saint-Maximin, although Lascelles went off injured lah. So
he did, yeah.
Oh, wrong guy. To be honest, I think Chelsea will do well because I still haven't given up on Mourinho and Spurs.
Mourinho out.
Yeah, okay. not Mourinho out, just like not doing as well as they're doing lah. But I see Chelsea being also quite consistent coming in, right? And their squad, I think, is better than Spurs. I don't know. Quite equal, but with like all the new signings and all that, it's quite hyped up. If they get the attack going, right, it's very hard to stop them.
Although you did say that, like when we were watching that time, you were quite impressed with Alderweireld and Eric
for the defense. Yeah. But shit lah. But okay I don't know lah.
Not trying to sway you anyway lah. I mean, you're gonna go Chelsea win
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Chelsea win. I think Chelsea will score more than one goal. They're they're scoring quite a lot nowadays, right? And keeping clean sheets, but
they've only considered 2 in the last 8 games only. So
I think 2-1 Chelsea.
It's quite good. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I think the one goal. I mean, Kane and Son on form. I think one of them will score .
Chelsea, they don't tend to sit back, right? So I guess it favors Spurs lah. So I think I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. It sounds about right.
Yeah, I think I'm going for a draw also because somehow I don't think this Mourinho. I think, to be honest, right, a draw Mourinho will take it also lah. But I was quite impressed with Spurs. I think they might become title contenders this season.
Yeah, but you also don't know it's because whether Man City it's like a bit too easy to counter already because
Correct.
you know what they're
That's
gonna do. You know what they're gonna do already. If you can set it up properly, you can stop them.
But I think it's one thing to say that, but not every team has been able to do that. Like,
Even Liverpool also drew.
I mean, in the end, it was a draw with Liverpool. I mean, I guess you can say technically Leicester did figure Man City out also with their other defeat this season. But I think I'll go 1-1 draw also with Chelsea Spurs. We can continue this Man City chat. This is Man City's worst start since their Abu Dhabi takeover. So the last time they started this badly was under Mark Hughes. But yeah, so Man City face Burnley. I think they're at home. I think this would be pretty much everybody will go for a Man City win. But I guess we can talk about whether we think Man City will be still title contenders or not.
Well, Burnley defied our expectations last week. No one predicted a Burnley win. But I think, Man City is not Crystal Palace, so I don't think a 1-0 will happen again. I think they will still be contenders. They'll always be up there. The squad hasn't really. It's like it has faded off from their all the previous few seasons, even like their 100-point season. But it's not a lot of. I don't think the difference is big enough to write them off. Okay. They're only really missing David Silva from the previous seasons.
But yeah, I think City is still above just because of their experience. I think they have more players in their prime than Chelsea. Chelsea is still quite young. So I'm more optimistic about Chelsea's future. So maybe next year, then I would really say Chelsea title contenders from the start. Now, because of the whole pandemic and the fixtures and everyone's match fitness, right? City has been affected quite badly because their main front strikers like Jesus and Aguero were both injured at a point in time. So I think they're still kind of finding their match sharpness back. So I wouldn't write Man City off either, and I still think they are above Chelsea.
I think another interesting topic is the Timo Werner or Diego Jota.
What?
Ooh, wow.
It's like people have been talking about it because at some point both were linked with Liverpool. Just Liverpool went with Diego Jota. And then at the start, people will be like, wow, you pay so much for him, why you don't myself just buy Timo Werner, right? But suddenly now in retrospect, Jota's doing quite well. So
I think Werner could have done as well if he went to Liverpool.
Timo Werner.
Yeah.
But it's not that he doesn't have any chances at Chelsea also, right? Like Robin said, has been quite wasteful. So given maybe he would have been equally wasteful at Liverpool. I don't know.
But how would he fit in Liverpool though?
I mean, that's what they say about Jota also. But in the end, he was brought in more as a utility because he can play on any of the front three. So, he can replace any of the front three that's injured. And then he just comes in, and then now even when he's playing, right, they interchange quite a lot. He always comes in to the middle and all that. So I think Werner would have been the same.
I think in terms, it's quite hard to judge also because, I mean, I didn't watch much of Timo Werner while he was at Leipzig. So I only have to go based on how he's playing for Chelsea. I think a lot of times the chances that are created is because of Werner running at the defense for a lot of times when Chelsea are going forward. I think it's quite different for Jota. It's not that he never runs at defenses, but I think a lot of times it's like he sort of he comes alive in the box, makes himself available as an option. It's a bit of it's quite hard to judge whether Werner will be able to do the same thing. But so I mean, not really answering your question, but I guess Jota was. I mean, all we can say is that Jota happened to be. I guess this is credit to Liverpool scouts as well that they managed to identify that Jota is a kind of player who would be able to fit that kind of system. Maybe they felt Werner wouldn't be. I don't know. But
I think even Jurgen Klopp was saying, I didn't know Jota was this good. He said the scouts told him he was good, and he's like, okay, not buy then but obviously now he's like, I didn't know he was this good.
Jota would be more willing to be a backup to the front.
I mean, because even when he was, I think that's one of the key reasons. But I think even at Wolves, he wasn't a regular starter, is it?
He wasn't first team also.
Is it finally time for them to be alive and do a AOS?
AOS, let's go. Do it.
I mean, if there's any game for it, this is the game already lah. Bounce back from the loss last week and then against the bottom team.
Possible. I mean, this could be the AOS that we're all waiting for.
Yeah. Should try that. I think I will go for AOS lah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
What's the AOS? More than 6.
More than 7, I think.
6.
More
than 5, I think.
More than 5?
Yeah, more than 5.
More than 5.
So 6 one looks possible. I don't know, but Burnley also quite solid. They won last week. I cannot.
They barely even won last week.
Yeah, okay. I think this one 3-1, 3-1.
Still got one.
Got They always got a lucky goal somewhere. Not like Man City's defense very solid. We got some random set piece and we score.
I'm not as confident that Burnley will score. Although I take your point about sometimes Man City will just mess up at the back and somehow there'll be a goal. But I'll go for this game. I'll go 3-0 Man City.
I'm thinking whether Burnley's defense can hold their attack for the whole game, but I doubt so lah. I go for 1-0 Man City win. Because it seems like the kind of game that they will have like 25 shots on goal, but they only will score one.
I'll go for in between. Right? I'll go for 2-0 Man City.
We can talk about two teams that sort of mildly impressed this week, coming from sort of losing runs. Everton broke their 3-match losing run. Leeds broke their 2-match losing run. They now face each other at Goodison Park. Everton won 3-2. I think if you watch the first half, you will say convincingly like Everton did play well. But actually, the second half they didn't do quite so well. I mean, to only win 3-2 against Fulham is not really top 4 kind of material. Yeah, but the second half, Everton maybe a few concerns, but I guess because they have some players just coming back, maybe it does take time to still get used to the games again. So maybe Everton are back. Calvert-Lewin is not going to be a one-season wonder.
10 goal already.
It's crazy, man. It's still going.
I think it's gonna be a draw lah.
Okay.
I think Everton weren't really convincing last week, and I still quite like Leeds, still on the bandwagon. So don't want to see them losing again. Even if a win is too risky to predict, so draw lor. 2-2.
Okay, high scoring draw.
I mean, they're both not very solid and score quite a lot. I mean, if Everton can concede 2 against Fulham, I think they can concede 2 against Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, fair comparison, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I like that Leeds played very well against Arsenal. They probably should have won. I mean, I'm just looking at stats-wise. I didn't really watch the full game. But I think Everton should be strong enough. I just have that hope that Everton is a good team under Carlo Ancelotti. I like the team that he has built. So I think Everton should edge it like 2-1. Plus they're at home, so hoping that helps.
I don't know. I think I might be a bit off the Everton bandwagon already.
Were you ever on the Everton bandwagon?
Was I never on the Everton bandwagon? Yeah. But I'm sort of losing faith with them, because that's the way I see them play. Because it's once they're out of the game, right? Like once their domination starts to fade, right? They never get back in the game. Like they just hold on until the end of the game. Like they can be off form and on the 10 minute. All the way to the 90th minute, they're just off form all the way. So I go for a surprising win. Maybe Leeds can get this one. I think Leeds really need a win somehow. Maybe 2-0 Leeds.
That would be a real surprise, I would say.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my initial instinct. I'm going to go with Everton win also. I think Leeds will score also. So I would say, should I go for a more daring score? Okay, I go 3-2 Everton win.
Wow,
same as last week.
I guess the next game we can talk about is we are continuing our project of hashtag keep Ole at the wheel. It's Manchester United face top 4 competing Southampton. We got a draw last time out also. Yeah. So do you think that Man U will be able to get anything from this game?
I don't think so. I think the most also draw for Man U only. I mean, last week they weren't convincing at all. It's a win, but it's like cannot consider. I mean, I don't consider it a win. It's like
Well, it's still 3 points, but yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 points in the table, but 0 points in terms of performance. So.
Oh, okay. But hey, to be fair, it gave you your own 3 points also.
Fuck I rather return it But cannot return it. Only not at the wheel anymore. So yeah, I think it'll be a draw. You cannot sway me anymore. I'm not 1-1.
I think I will stick to my Che Adams for England take.
Okay.
Let me see. He's very impressive. You watch his game, he's very impressive. He's fast and strong, everything you want. Let me see.
Not Caleb Wilson anymore.
Caleb Wilson.
Okay, sadly, I don't think Gareth Southgate listens to our
Ollie Watkins for England.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins.
I think Southampton are a different monster when they play at home. Like, ever since they got smashed by Spurs, I think it's the start of the season, right? Then they have been like winning at home all the way.
They wake up their idea after that.
Yeah, yeah. But Man U very tricky leh. Like they can like destroy Southampton anytime.
How?
If they want
How?
to. Like if they want to, they can just they can have random performances like this. Ole you go you. But I don't think so lah.
Right. I also think you can go first, but I think that this is the random result that suddenly all the Man U fans will start talking
I
about.
fear it is, but I don't want lah. I shall stick to my Che Adams take. Yeah. Che Adams will get another assist and I think 2-0 Southampton.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm quite surprised by the lack of faith in United, yeah. Because I have a feeling Man United will sneak us an annoying result.
But their annoying result was last week already. So.
The annoying result is Ole.
Like somehow Fernandes somehow gets goals and assists.
Penalties,
which is damn annoying. Yeah. We
assists
all
also
agree Man
penalties,
U play like shit. Yeah, it's like we all know Man U play like shit, and then Maguire half the time is holding someone back in all their defending corners.
Always at
risk. Yeah, always at risk of conceding penalties, but they're just damn lucky. Somehow their away form, their so-called away form.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that nonsense. But I think it'll be a 2-1 lah. Probably, but Fernandes will be involved in both goals somehow.
2 penalties
Not Pogba.
Who is Pogba? The guy, the more he plays, the worse Man U plays.
To be fair, the last time against West Brom, they didn't play him. He was totally out of the squad, not even on the bench. I have to agree also. Like, is this kind of game, right? Like, like
irritating.
It's very annoying one. Like, a team is doing well, that kind of thing. Then suddenly, Man U decide to like, this is the game we decide to win, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Man U likes to destroy people's bubbles.
It's that kind of I have a feeling it'll be like that. So I will go. Do you go 2-1? You went 2-1 Man U, right? I'll go
1-0 sounds
3-1 Man U.
Go for the trashing lah.
AOS.
Go for the trashing.
I don't think so. That would be too much. No, and I really don't want that to happen also. If it goes for trashing, right, you never hear the end of it. On Facebook, people start sharing. On Insta stories, all the Man U fans start coming online. We haven't gotten a Man U fan come on yet.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so if you're a Man U fan, you're interested.
I was about to say, like actually we got most of the top 4 representation, right? Except for Man U and City.
Man City, I guess, quite hard to find. Yeah.
No fans.
At least not in Singapore, I would say. Or maybe you have to wait like maybe a few more years, then the younger ones grow up supporting Man City. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I guess in terms of fans that have been hiding for a while, Arsenal.
In terms of that transition. No wonder she's not around.
Yeah, literally she's not around. Yeah, so Arsenal will be facing Wolves at the Emirates. Sounds like a very possible Arsenal loss here. But Arsenal have actually not scored in 5 games from open play. Yeah, so that's quite a long time actually.
Wow.
Interesting stat.
I wonder if anyone going to go for Arsenal win.
Raise your hands now.
Do the Zoom thumbs up. Wow, I think nobody brave enough for that.
Yeah, it's too difficult to go for Arsenal win.
But then if Man U can have a sneaky result, maybe Arsenal can have a sneaky result. You never know.
But you can't see it coming from anybody.
But Arsenal's worse than Man U now, even though they're on the same points. But Arsenal, it's a scoring thing. They just don't score anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And then their players just like always. They got a lot of like fights recently, right? Inside their squad.
Ceballos
punching each other. Yeah, I'm like the fuck.
Although Ceballos said fake news.
Who? David Luiz, is it?
Yeah,
he's in the team. He's in the team. Wow. This one, it feels like a draw there. Maybe I go for a 1-1 draw lah. Maybe you'll break their scoring down.
I think I'm going with Wolves. I think Wolves will win 1-0. As long as Thomas Partey doesn't play. He's injured, right, or something?
Don't know. He was. But I don't know whether I don't know when he's coming back.
If he comes back, then maybe 0-0 draw. But I'll stick with a Wolves 1-0 win.
Remember, this Arsenal after this game, right, will be going into the North London derby. So
beautiful.
Nice. AOS.
Let's go.
That will be the AOS game.
5-4.
No lah. I mean, if you, I wanted to say no lah. I thought Arsenal more solid now, but then again, they lost 3-0 to Aston Villa, so it's like.
Yeah, Arsenal's a damn weird team. Like I like Arteta, but Wow,
not
I
weird.
don't know what's happening.
They're bad, but it's just masked over by people keep saying, "Oh, the squad more solid now." Just cause I think they had very low expectations of Arsenal before that. You know, like
Maybe.
during
That's
during
true.
the Emery period, so after that a bit of improvement, right? Then suddenly it's a hyper, wow, like more solid, whatever. But at the end of the day, right, there's no improvement in their results. It's just
if you need any comparison, Unai Emery, I think Villarreal are like third in Spain. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
maybe Emery style just suit Spanish football
maybe
more.
lah. Yeah.
He always does pretty
The
well
moment
there.
Aubameyang stopped scoring, Arsenal stopped scoring.
Yes.
It's ridiculous, lor.
Yeah. Also, another team without a plan B.
I think also it seems like their attack is very disjointed from their defense also. So that's why there's been talk of like, oh, you know, could it be that they need to ask Mesut Ozil to come back?
Oh, that one.
Maybe,
Oh
yeah.
my
Maybe
God.
that
Comeback of the
is
year.
I think Arteta rather get fired first.
Maybe, yeah.
But cannot really, right? He also out of the squad.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, I think the next time they can do that is January already. Yeah.
Could it be, just putting out there, that Arsenal don't finish top 10 this season?
Top 10.
Oh, hey, getting lower and lower.
If you look at the table,
Another hot take.
you can find 10 teams that are clearly better than Arsenal.
Currently lah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 12 lah. It's easy to say
Oh,
that.
yeah lah. In somehow Man City are below them. No,
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. True.
So there's a possibility that I might finish 10.
I think
There's
it'll be
always a possibility.
I think it'll be a draw lah. I wanted to go for Wolves win also, but I don't think Arsenal will lose again, and they lose quite a lot already. It's like 3 losses in the past 5 games. One more loss is like a bit too much.
Man.
I think draw lah. 1-1.
Okay, I think that will make 3 of us going for 1-1. I'm also going to go 1-1. I guess we can go next to a team that, Mun Jhun at one point was starting to think maybe they could challenge for the top 4.
Who is this again?
Aston Villa faced West Ham. Is the match of both claret and blue clubs. Yeah. And surprisingly, right, I don't know if this is going to be interesting for you all, but I went to go and search our YouTube analytics, right? See under what kind of search results, right, will our video appear, right? The first was Premier League predictions, and the second, right, was surprisingly Aston Villa podcast.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So apparently, we are Aston Villa podcast. We didn't know that, but yeah.
Is it because you mentioned Aston Villa a lot, and not a lot of other channels were mentioned? Then
Maybe.
Then their AI just pick up the words, just like keep Aston Villa.
Aston Villa is giant killer, yo.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do well against good teams, do badly against lousy teams.
But yeah, I'm surprised by West Ham. I thought with Antonio's injury, they confirmed gone,
right?
Cannot score. But they always scrape a 1-0.
Season where David Moyes gonna do better than Man U.
If possible, this will be the season that Mourinho and Moyes both have good seasons.
Oh, if that happens,
Oh my god.
Man U really no face really.
It's okay, they got Ole lah, so they happy can already.
This game, it's hard to predict. Feels like another draw.
Yeah, this one feels like a draw.
But a higher score really on 2-2 for me.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, in case anyone's interested, in my list of England strikers, Ollie Watkins has fell down and Che Adams has taken over Ollie Watkins. That's my 7.
Okay, so apparently this is a new segment that you're driving out for yourself. Mun Jhun's English striker rankings. Okay, Ken?
Because Ollie Watkins cannot dribble with the ball, but then Che Adams can. So I guess that's something. Okay, I mean, I'll go for a big one. I mean, I'll go for 3-0 Aston Villa.
Oh. Wow. Aston Villa also on-off one, annoyingly. Suddenly cannot win Brighton. What the hell?
But Brighton played quite well though, if you watch.
Yeah,
that's
Brighton
right.
played quite well.
Yeah, I was so surprised. Even Danny Welbeck scored, my god.
What a goal. Did you watch the goal?
Yeah, his
goal
was very...
It's like
if
he never
you
left.
imagine him in an Arsenal shirt, right, he wouldn't have scored.
Yeah, he wouldn't have scored.
Right. Clean through on goal. I think the pass was from the halfway line. He ran the whole half of the pitch and then he still didn't mess up.
He chipped the keeper some more. Amazing.
The chip was great.
Give him props. Yeah.
I'll go with a draw though, this one. But score draw, I think it's 1-1. West Ham defensively quite solid. Then Aston Villa just need to rely on Jack Grealish.
I'll go slightly different. Usually there's one goalless draw every week, right? I think I will go on a limb and say this will be the goalless draw. I think this has never happened before where we shoved Liverpool almost towards the end of the show. But I guess because we sort of thinking this is a foregone conclusion, Liverpool plays Brighton at the Amex. If it helps influence you even more to decide on a Liverpool win, right? Tariq Lamptey is suspended now.
Oh no, well, that's it lah. But yeah, Danny Welbeck now. Inform Danny Welbeck.
I mean, cause in the end the defense also was stronger than expected. In the end, Matip Fabinho came back, and then Robertson also came back. So it's like
then we were led on the wrong. We were thinking it's going to be. To be fair, Leicester also like we thought like it was going to be Wes Morgan. In the end, Fofana came back, Johnny Evans also came back. Then okay lah.
Oh yeah. So it was a more solid.
So a bit
Yeah, it's like you look at the Liverpool's starting 11, right? Actually, most of them were already full team players. You just like shuffle them around a bit. So yeah. So I think it's gonna be a 2-0.
Oh, 2-0. I'm surprised you're not going to go for more. Okay. I'm going to go higher score than Yinren. I don't know. Maybe because of the Tariq Lamptey thing. But yeah, I'll go 4-0 Liverpool.
Oh.
I think I'll go for 2-0 also, like conservative a bit.
Okay.
Liverpool 2-0.
I don't know why, right? Somehow I just don't see this being a high scoring game.
Okay.
Maybe 1-0. Also not fair thing. I think Brighton will score though. I think they'll score 1. 2-1 2-1 Liverpool.
Wow, okay, that is actually quite a narrow victory, I guess. So I guess this will be a time Mun Jhun can air your grievances. Newcastle faced Crystal Palace that surprisingly lost to Burnley last week. So does it mean it's Wilfred Zaha time?
Guys, I know I got a lot of hot takes, but this is my coldest take so far. Newcastle are the worst team in the league. I just want to say first. The worst performing team in the league. Even when I watch teams like Fulham, right, they can make 3, 4, 5 passes in a row. You know what I mean? And teams like Burnley, teams like Sheffield, they can play quite good football. Whole possession. When Newcastle, they don't do that. Oh, you know what I mean? Hard to say this game though. It seems like the kind of game that we can sneak a win out of nowhere.
I think so.
Like Palace, they'll dominate possession, like have 70%, but somehow you just take a win. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. If Callum Wilson plays, then
all the caveats coming.
If Callum Wilson plays, then we will have for a surprise win lah. Maybe 2-1 Newcastle.
I also think it will be this is the kind of game Newcastle will win also. Unconvincing Newcastle 1-0 win.
So much enthusiasm. Okay.
Yeah, as usual, this kind of games close on. I think 0-0.
Yeah. So
seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I also feel it's a 0-0. Way to start game week 10.
Yeah, that's true. It's the Friday night game.
I can't believe it. I'm not gonna watch it also. But the good news is...
Do you usually watch Friday night games? But okay.
I would if it's a good game.
Leicester and Fulham are playing on Monday. It's Leicester trying to bounce back from their 3-0 defeat against Liverpool. I think this one will be quite fast. Not much analysis is needed. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking for Leicester, actually, I guess all the players that they sell, right, in the end, they don't perform better than they did at Leicester before. It's like Harry Maguire. Even Kante also, it's like...
Kante, same, man.
It's like, I think you have to say Kante did outperform himself. He went to Chelsea, helped them win the title the next season. I mean, right now, it doesn't seem that way.
But not right now. Like, even doing, I'm not saying he's not good. I think he's good. I think he's Chelsea's best player. But it's not something that he hasn't done at Leicester. It's not like you didn't expect.
You expect, okay.
Like he didn't exceed the expectations, right? It's like we bought him from Leicester thinking that this is what he'll do for you, and that is what he did for Chelsea.
But yeah, okay. I guess I get what you mean also.
And I get it. It's like his position also. You can't really go anywhere higher.
Correct. Yeah.
You just do what you do. Even Riyad Mahrez also not really as good. I mean, the most is the same as he was at Leicester. Like once in a while, quite good, but not like a main star player.
Actually, I get your point about Riyad Mahrez. I mean, maybe in a team full of stars, he just cannot shine.
Yeah.
In fact, rarely, sometimes during the Leicester title winning season, there were a lot of times where he'll go on a run, he'll create a goal all by himself, but actually he rarely does that, Man City.
Yeah. And I remember there are still a few other Leicester players on it. I can't remember now really. Also not really.
Danny Drinkwater, bro.
Danny
Drinkwater. I almost forgot his existence. Is he even still playing or not?
He's not on the team. He's not on the team.
I have no idea where he is now.
Left back, right back.
Left back. Ben Chilwell, okay lah, doing quite well at Chelsea.
But that one just
that's still early. Right back. Right back was in their title-winning season. Danny
Simpson. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
But he's still there, right? Is he still there?
I don't think he's there anymore. I think they released him.
I think it's in a championship somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I think every title-winning team always have one of these. Like, it's a Cui player, but get dragged along anyway, that kind of thing.
Oh, Gary Neville.
Gary Neville.
Wow, okay, controversial, this one, Gary Neville.
Yeah, Leicester Fulham, I think maybe a high-scoring game for Leicester. They want to bounce back also. But I don't know how... I don't know how well they do against teams that sit back, but then again, I don't think...
Fulham doesn't really sit back, to be honest.
No, we cannot sit back. Sit back is just lose to me.
I mean, y'all don't really do
So
back.
we have to go for it also.
I think maybe a 3-1 Leicester.
Sounds possible. I will go slightly lower than that. I'll go 2-1 Leicester.
I was going to say 4-1 Leicester, actually.
Okay. You
It
can
seems
go
like
4-1 Leicester.
because Fulham have been conceding 4 goals. It seems typical of them.
Actually, we haven't conceded 4 in quite a while.
Really, man? Okay.
It feels that way only. Yeah, I think it'll be 3-0 Leicester.
3-0 Leicester. Okay. I guess the last game. Is it the last game? I
There's
think
still another
I
game.
counted correctly. Yeah. West Brom, Sheffield United. Yeah. It's a big game for them, but we're leaving it to the end. I think there's not much to say. But yeah.
I think 0-0 draw this one.
Yeah,
It's a chance for both teams to get their first win. If Sheffield United lose this game, it will be officially the worst start to a Premier League season ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the
Let there be a
previous
new
worst
record
one?
this year.
Derby.
Sorry?
What was the previous
Yeah,
one?
was it-
Derby
was
County,
it-
is it?
No, the previous worst one was actually Sheffield Wednesday, another Sheffield team. Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to break records.
Yeah.
Local records now.
Interesting. I mean, not interestingly enough, but Sheffield Wednesday went down that season. So yeah,
No,
with that kind of start.
United will join them.
I will go for trust in Slaven Village. Although this will make us drop to a second from bottom. I will go West Brom 1-0 win. Kind of feel bad for him. Like after every game he complained about how he got not enough funds and all that. Then, yeah. Which is true. I mean, yeah, there's not much more he can do.
No, I'm surprised that West Brom and Sheffield, they are bottom 2. When Newcastle play worse than them.
Okay.
Like they shouldn't be there in the
Not
first place.
bad. You have 11 times the point Sheffield.
I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we get the 3 wins anyway.
Just Callum Wilson, that's your answer.
Yeah.
That's
Callum
my-
Wilson.
Look, at the bottom of the table, that's all that matters. You got someone who regularly scores. Makes a
Alright.
difference. Yeah.
I'll give a 1-1 draw. I think
1-1
both will
draw,
still
okay.
be in the bottom 3. Yeah. Oh, speaking of championship, you know that the top 2 strikers of championship are ex-Newcastle
Former
players.
Newcastle players, right? Yeah, so
That is so sad.
Ivan
I'm so
Toney
sad.
and Adam Armstrong.
Yeah, I went to Adam Armstrong. Yeah, I don't know why they never have chances to play Newcastle. That's how when they go to these sort of teams, they start scoring like fuck.
No, because you all bought Joelinton one, then he clocked up.
Yeah, that guy can't even score in the championship, I tell you. Oh my god. But yeah.
Well, Eddie Howe was just on a talk show, right? Sky Sports or something.
Yeah. Now that nobody wants him,
He's still
it's
jobless.
kind of surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, quite sad. I thought he did decent.
Yeah. Like for him to not even be in demand anymore, that's a bit, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe one of the bottom 4 team will get
Maybe.
in January.
Yeah.
I would love him at Newcastle.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I love him at
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
You want him?
Yeah.
I'll take him any day. I'll take anybody. I tell you.
Sam Allardyce over Steve Bruce.
Confirm.
The relic.
So anyone
specialist.
over Steve Bruce lah.
Anybody over Steve Bruce. As long as there's a change in scenery, I'll take anybody.
It sounds like you just don't like his face.
If you watch
But
the
okay.
kind of games that I watch, right, for 90 minutes, then you'll realize. Maybe teams like Sheffield, they'll go for it. Teams like Fulham, they'll go for it. It's just teams like Newcastle. Even we play maybe we play Brighton away, and we'll still just sit back the whole game, man.
Actually, why did you all sack Rafa Benitez?
Because Benitez didn't like he always clashed with Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley lah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he always say no. He's not a yes man like Brucey, like Big Bruce here.
get the players you want and shit. Right?
Yeah, he wants a certain style of players lah. He can't get it lah. But then for Bruce, right, you can just make any stupid random purchases, then just throw it to Bruce. Then Bruce, okay, I work with them. Like Joelinton, no?
Yeah, do you see the unveiling of Joelinton, right? He kept touching Joelinton's biceps.
Brazilian, the worst Brazilian ever to play in the league. Oh my god.
Why you buy a Brazilian without a Dino at the back? Without an O at the back. At least Firmino also got an O there. That's fine.
That's something.
You remove the N at the back of his name, then he
Joelinton, you remove Joelinton, score 20 goals.
That's a cutting edge analysis from our show. Yeah, remove the N from your name and you can score. Once again, thanks for reaching all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you will enjoy watching match week 10 of the Premier League. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. So from all of us here, goodbye and see you next week.
Bye.